Three kinds of concentration and walking meditation. There are three grades of momentary Vipassanā samadhi, Kanika samadhi, wisdom walking, low grade, medium grade, and high grade. Low grade is making one note for each step, either stepping, or left step, right step, sparsely. The walking is the rough, therefore the samadhi is sparse. This is one of the low grade type of the samadhi. Medium grade samadhi is the observing each step as the two parts, lifting and the placing. It's the not low grade, but it is the not high grade either. It is the medium grade. There is the observation of the one step as the three parts, lifting, moving, and placing up to 6 parts. That's among the best grade of samadhi. Among the three grades of walking meditation, at the first, you should observe the grossest, right step, left step. When noting right step, left step becomes familiar and settled. You should observe each step as the two parts, lifting, placing. When you become accustomed to that, you do observing with aim and mental effort. There is observation of one step as the three parts. Between lifting and the placing, there is moving. Once the observing three parts, lifting, moving, and placing, it's very important to walk slowly and gently. As the one pushing a cart full of the water over the uneven ground, you should slow down as much as you are able. Only then you will be able to know distantly and in detail the physical and mental qualities present. During the stages of the lifting, moving, and placing. In addition, only then you can come to know the ways cause and effect are related. At the moment of the lifting, there is a series of mental intentions to lift the foot. There is the called Saramana Dhamma, in Pali. Dhamma that has the end object or that takes the end object. Because of it, the physical series of lifting up movements occurs. The physical lifting is something that the control something that cannot know an object, anaramana dhamma in Pali. It is solely the object of the knowing. This is how the Buddha taught it. What knows the object is nama, or the mind. What doesn't know the object is the rupa, or the matter. The physical lifting matter on its own without the presence of the mind will not lift up. The leg will just remain whereas it is. But if the mental attention to lift occurs, automatically the leg will gradually lift up. If there is the intention to lift quickly, the lifting will be quick. If there is the intention to lift it up regularly, the movement will be regular. If there is intention to lift slowly, according to that consciousness, the leg will slowly lift up. The body is just like a corpse. It has no capacity to know whatsoever. Only when the intention to lift occurs, it will become active. For example, let us look at a fan. A fan is equipped with an electrical cord. If the respective switch is not pressed, electricity will not flow. If the respective switch is pressed, then electricity flows through the electrical cord and the fan rotates. If electricity doesn't come from the main source, the fans will not rotate at all. It will not rotate if the switch on the fan is not turned on. When electricity comes from the main source and the fan's switch is on, then electricity will flow through the fan's wire to the motor. And then the motors will turn. The metals, the blades, rods, and other parts of the fan are lifeless. Only when electricity flows through is there is the movement. If electricity does not flow, it's completely unmoving. If the fans switched has not yet been pressed, it's just a lifeless hunk. Pressed the switch and the movement happens. If you want the fast movement and change the switch to fast. The movement will become faster. If you want the fastest speed, turn the switch to fastest and the movement will become very fast. You should understand that the mental and the physical qualities, the mind and matter in their body are like a rotating fan. And the three parts, the walking, lifting, moving, and placing. If there is the intention to be slow, the body will go slowly. If there is the intention to be rhythmic, it will be rhythmic. If there is the intention to be fast, the movement will be fast. The mind acts as a sort of controller. Thus, in the moment of the lifting, the series of intentions to move is the mental or the nama. That's the which goes upward and becomes the light due to the series of intention to lift is the physical or the rupa. In the body, the physical dhammas, that's the organ, because of the mind, such as lifting, moving, and placing, as the completely lifeless if the mind is not there. They remain still. Once the mind is dead, they become active. According to the setting of the mental speed, there will be slow or the fast. If the speed of mental attention slow down, they become slow. If the speed of mental intention becomes the fast, they speed up. If the intention is to go very fast, in suit, the body goes very fast. The material qualities are different. But when the mind is not there, the material qualities are instant lifting, moving, placing, bending, stretching, leaning, blinking the eyelids, opening the eyes, closing the eyes, and so forth. Remain still and lifeless. Just like the blades and cylinders of a fan. Thus, in the moment of the lifting, what is the really there is the mental series of intention to lift God's Nama. No one can deny that this. Because of this, the series of mental qualities, the legs becomes light and goes up, becomes stiff, tight. It gets the light and goes up. That is physical or the rupa. If you want to know the series of the mental and the physical qualities, you must apply mental energy while lifting is happening. With the present method of the Vipassanā, you must focus the mind keenly. Mental energy must be applied so that sati, mindfulness, sticks from the very tiniest hint of the lifting until the end. There must be ardent energy. Used cannot be casual, but alert, vigilant, and active. You must aim the mind so that it's the concurrent with the object, focused on it from the start to the finish. There must always be the quality of absorption, in Pali jhana. If you always have these two qualities, the mind is sure to stick with the lifting. It won't run anywhere at all. Causing this type of consciousness to occur again and again is called bhavana. At the start of practice, though, the mind tends to miss the mark a bit. You should not be discouraged. You must continually work to gain skill. If you keeps on working at it, you will know when there is a miss. You will know when the mind doesn't go straight for the object. You will also know when the mind is accurately aimed. When aimed is accurate most of the time, you comes to be able to observe the lifting. At the minimum, you will know the actions of lifting. From time to time, you will also know the form of the leg. But the liftings mixed together with the form of the leg, also the mana, agara, is not yet clean. You does not yet know the separate mental and the physical qualities that are really there during the lifting, moving, and the placing. Later, once the mindfulness is present most of the time, you will come to know what is really there quite well. For example, when a person puts a piece of the food, a bite of something in your mouth and choose it, the mind perceives that chunk of the food. It doesn't know yet the flavors distantly. The mind that knows the flavor together with the shape of the food. Later, when the person chooses carefully, she comes to know the flavors quite well. It's just like this. At the start of the practice, it's not necessary to think about whether or not you have seen the mind and the matter that are said to exist in the moments of lifting, moving, and pleasing. You have responsibility to observe the actions of lifting, moving, and the pleasing effectively. There is no other duty. There is no need to think about what the lifting is, how it happens, or the why. Your task is simply to observe effectively. Once the momentary concentration, Khanika Samadhi, becomes strong due to effective noting, you will naturally come to know clearly what is happening, how the mind and matter occurs together in the moment of lifting, the moving, and the pleasing. Consider what your mind is like when Viriya, Sati, Samadhi, and accurate aiming have arisen because you are able to observe the actions of lifting, moving, and the pleasing every second of the time without the missing. Application of mental energy, Viriya, has gained the upper hand over slack laziness. There is no more slackness. Viriya effort has taken its place. When the mind goes directly to the object due to aiming, the mind does not drift to karma vitaka, vyapara vitaka, or the vihingsa vitaka. There is no more round objective. Right application of the mind, samavitaka, right thought, is the occurring. The mind is the pure. Next, defilements do not enter the stream of the consciousness because sati sticks to the actions of lifting, moving, and pleasing. Sati defends the mind. It protects the mind called araka. It blocks. It's called avarana. The mind is the situa, called the godi. To the extent the yogi applies the mental effort to observe each lifting, moving, and the pleasing, directing the mind to the object. The mind sticks there and penetrates the objects moment by moment. Kanika Samadhi is arising. At that time, the mind does not become scattered. There is no worry. The mind is momentarily purified. That developed consciousness containing viriya, sati, samadhi, and accurate aiming grows and flourishes. As the usual energy emerges from within them, once the moments of consciousness having the same nature pro-life rate. If you understand the benefits of the Vipassanā, practices the knowing that it must be done respectfully and meticulously within just 1 week. The practice can develop in a special way. Needless to say, this is the so within the 2 weeks. So everybody can gain the good that matures the concentration. Okay, today we will stop here. So yogi, by practicing the Vipassana meditation, may all the yogis be liberated from all suffering. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.